So our conversation will be basically about the relationship you have with Pernod Ricard.
Right.
So can you please to start? Can you please tell me when it was the first time you have been approached or you approached Pernod Ricard?
First time. Wow, that was a long time ago. I think near 15 years ago. It was through a friend, and because we were doing the yacht show, we were doing the boat show in Singapore, and then and we get to know Menon, like Menon Rajan from Pernod Ricard, and was introduced by a friend, and we needed some champagne, and he was in charge of the moon at that time, and so that's how we connected. So he's become our sponsor for the champagne, and we also become the royal customer of Pernod Ricard.
Okay, so your first approach was with champagne.
Yeah, it was with champagne.
Okay, and your relationship after 15 years, if I well understood, is still mainly related to champagne, or also through other products, because their product categories is pretty vast.
Now through many other products. We take now still mainly the Perrier-Jouet champagne and the Glenlivet whiskey. This two is still the main product. We would order them cases and cases every month. But red wine and white wine sometimes a few cases here and there, but mainly the champagne and the whiskey.
Okay, so you are consuming these products from Pernod Ricard for your business, if I read between lines.
Yeah.
Okay. May I ask you your business? So you said that you were part of the boat show, so I assume that you are in yachting or somehow
yeah, I'm
related.
in yachting. Yeah. So it started as a boat show, and then later we have our own company. We do yacht management. So we throw events, we throw big parties and big events for the clients. And so all this whiskey is for our clients. So we we ourselves did exclusive alcohol for Pernod Ricard. So on our yacht, we have a 150-footer yacht. Compared to Morocco, that's very small, but it's quite big here. And yeah, we only serve champagne and the Glenlivet whiskey.
Okay, so can you describe the relationship you have with Pernod Ricard?
Oh, it's amazing. I think because 15 years, they have a new manager, they have new directors, but every single one of them have very good relationship with us. And then I enjoy that they really take a point to acknowledge that they're very important clients, and they take the time to come and talk to you at every event, not just wave hand. No, they really spend time with you, have a chat with you. Even the new director comes, same thing. They'll do an introduction and then they'll sit down with you, have a chat with you. So I really enjoy that kind of relationship. And of course, when they have a new product or their special launch, they will always invite me. And then if I can, I mean, right now the pandemic, we can't have too many people, but back then I would invite my clients who I want them to also appreciate as much as I do, and I invite them to the launch. So that helps. Yeah.
So it means that you have a very special relationship with Pernod, because you are also using them as a marketing tool to pamper your customers.
Yeah, because right now our main customer is from China, right? And they have very specific mind of alcohol. So for example, Yamazaki, when they love Yamazaki, they just fix with Yamazaki. They don't try anything else. Their mind just Yamazaki is the best. Or Macallan, right? They just fix on that. But I need to, using this kind of event, to introduce them, say, hey, there's other brand out there that you can try. So so it really helped. And then so there's a few times I told Menon that can we do a special event for them, and we really introduce them to this whiskey taste or whiskey master class kind of thing, to let them know your brand or your whiskey is better, you know. And Pernod Ricard was really, really willing to even set up a little gift with engraved with my customer's name on it to give it to them, so that them also have that personal touch as how I feel with the Pernod Ricard.
Very interesting. You're mentioning several different events for different product categories. There is any difference between what they do for example, whiskey or cognac, or events related to champagne? And then if yes, what?
Yeah, it's completely different. Champagne is champagne. For example, the last time we did the PJ Champagne was in the hotel. They rented one of the suites, and they get this lady to do customized champagne, not champagne, perfume bottle. So they link the floralness of the champagne with this perfume bottle that you will be creating, and introduce why PJ was created this way and the story behind it. So I thought that was really, really nice link up. So yesterday was the Royal Salute, and it's the Royal Salute at Wild. So we did it at Night Safari. So it's a night zoo, and it's connected with how Royal Salute, their boldness, you know, the way they created a bottle and the color, the officiate, and the animal sign. So I thought, well, perfect, that they really, really put their heart into this marketing and how things can be linked together.
Okay, so apparently, for what you're saying, of course, every product is also mimicking a bit the refinement or the elegance of the product with different aspects or different kind of experiences.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and then it seems that you have a very strong relationship with Pernod Ricard. So are you also using other brands, other competitors, or at least do you compare products and their experiences?
Yeah, I do. Just before this, yesterday's Royal Salute, the week before that, I was at the Belvanese whiskey event. So to me is you need to open yourself to all kind of product. Otherwise, you don't know what is the best. So if I only lock myself down with only Pernod Ricard stuff, then I wouldn't know why are they the best. Because if I went to try Belvanese and then I come back and I tell men, and oh my God, it's non-comparable, right? So you need to have that comparison.
And what is the result of this comparison, according to your perception?
The Belvanese one, I thought it was, the way they put it is more like, oh, just drink. It was very simple dinner put together. Is we only saw the ambassador once. It's a whiskey tasting, but he didn't even explain any of the notes. We only saw him once. He explained one time, and rest of the time is just drink. That's it. But yesterday at the Royal Salutes event, it's every single whiskey they take time to explain and why they pair with this, and even the design of the bottle, why it's a ceramic, you know. So that makes you more loyal to the product because there's a connection.
So in the explanations, so the whole experience, but also in the explanations, in bringing you into their world, it seems they're much better.
Correct.
Okay.
It really makes you feel you're part of it.
Okay. And so, is it the same with the other champagne competitors, or?
No. We also have Macallan ones, Champagne, Dom, but those to me are very superficial. They just, here's the champagne, try, okay, go, that's it. So it's very superficial. I didn't feel that touch. I didn't feel that that depth into learning the product. To me, it feel like just get together, party, drink, get drunk, and go home. And I didn't like that feeling. if I'm here for the tasting, I want to know why are we tasting this? What's the story behind it, right?
Why do you think that actually the other brands are not that good in providing these experiences? What do you do? You have an explanation for that, or a
I don't
point of
know.
view?
I really think Mary and Menon, they love the brand, they love the product themselves. I think that really convert into how we feel, how the customer feel. So other brand, I feel maybe they're there as a job, So I have to do this, I have to do this. But I really sincerely feel, even Max yesterday from the Royal Salute, I really feel their passion about it. It's really from bottom of their heart how much they love it. So that transferred to the customer.
Very good. So I love the expression, the sincere feel. Actually, so the relationship they are building with the brand go beyond, because it is also about the personal relationship that the ambassador creates with the client. Very interesting. Okay, and okay, thank you so much. Then I'm wondering if you're also purchasing these products for your personal consumption, not just for your business.
Yeah, correct. For my home, you open my wine fridge, it's only the Pernod Ricard product. I'm quite royal.
Okay, so you're real loyal, real loyal customers from business and personal. Okay, and then when you are drinking as a personal consumption, when you are drinking the Pernod Ricard products, if you can differentiate a bit, because you are a general consumer as far as understood.
When?
Yes, in which occasions you are drinking their products?
If it's something to celebrate, it's definitely all the champagnes that will come out. If it's Chinese food dinner, I would like to bring the whiskey. And otherwise, red wine, white wine is just normal, almost daily drinks. So we don't drink a lot, but it's more like one glass, a glass a night if I'm not going out. But if I'm going out, I definitely bring 1 to 2 bottles to the friend's house or to the restaurant. And there's something interesting is nowadays, when you get a deal or a special promotion, friends will always pass around that flyer or that message that this bottle of whiskey is on promotion, or this bottle of whiskey on promotion. And this is for me myself, I tend to, if it's not from Pernod Ricard, I don't pass on the message. If it is from Pernod Ricard, then I pass on the message. So from drinking myself to royal to like helping to promote, that's the whole thing. That's what I do.
Okay. And then very, very, very interesting. So once again, you're underlining the fact that you are a super loyal customer. And when you're bringing, you mentioned that you're bringing some bottles friends home when you have these convivial moments, I would say. And then, so are you choosing other brands or just Pernod Ricard, even in this case? You got frozen?
No, only Pernod Ricard most of the time.
Okay, and what your friends think about these brands? Did you bring them into your world as well, the Pernod Ricard world as well, or not?
Yeah, I do the so I'll bring and then I show them. I prefer not to tell them too much first, because I think wine is very personal. I might think this is the world best, but they might not think so. I prefer that them try, and then most of the time after they try it, they'll tell me, this is really, really good. Where did you get it? Then I'll tell them, haha, this is where I get the product. So so then later, like if they, for example, for champagne, if they really, really love it, then when there's a champagne event, I'll invite them. I say, hey, last time you tried the champagne, you like it, and now there's this event, would you like to go? Then that's the step-by-step to bring them into the product.
Okay. And then, so did you bring them with these special events, for example? Did you have the chance to share some Pernod Ricard events with your friends?
Yeah, few times. But all this is pre-pandemic, because right now we can't. So for the whole year, I don't think we have any of this big event. But before the pandemic, we would even go to the Pernod Ricard's office in Singapore, and they have a nice bar, and we can just try all kind of alcohol there. And most of the time, my guests would just purchase on the spot $10,000, $20,000 worth of alcohol on the spot. So that experience, I think, is very, very unique.
Okay, so it means that when you go to Pernod Ricard offices, you can make your order.
Yeah, you can make
directly.
Yeah.
Oh, very interesting. So it's a kind of direct, an additional level of direct relationship that you can build with with the brand. Okay, and then were you ever invited in France instead, and the Pernod Ricard offices in France or in Reims, for example, or in any other location where they're producing whiskey or other products?
I got invited in Shanghai once for the Perrier champagne, and France not yet, because at that time I was in Shanghai a lot, and just happened to have this wonderful event, and now I was invited, and up till now I still remember the event. It was gorgeous. It was absolutely beautiful.
Okay, so when it was the best event that you were invited to?
For decoration, I really think that Shanghai is really the best, because they build this outdoor sitting dining area under this very old tree. It's called banyan tree, and the banyan tree is 400 years old. So they want that to connect with their brand, that everlasting or evergreen. Then they build like a grapes vineyard, can kind of decoration, and grapes, the real grapes, just hanging down from the top. So you're sitting underneath it, and you're having your dinner underneath the grapes, which it doesn't exist in Asia, right? But they actually created that feeling, and that moment you just feel like you're in France. You're in gorgeous, romantic European country having this beautiful meal.
Wow, wow. I think that these moments are really memorable. Yes, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Okay, and you made. I had another question that passed away. But let's speak about something different.
Okay.
When you are when you are buying a product for you, what are the elements that attract your attention and then convince you to buy this product instead of another one?
Definitely taste is number one. The product can be absolutely gorgeous, but it tastes horrible. No way I'm buying it. So taste is number one, and then also the brand, the name, and the brand awareness is very important as well. Because some of the product may be very, very expensive, but people don't know about it, and it's not just for yourself. When you give it as a gift, people still don't know what it is. So but for example, the Perrier champagne, it was so pretty. The bottle is so gorgeous. So the moment you give it away as a gift, people will drink the champagne and still keep the bottle, because that's how pretty it is. I think the taste, the brand presentation, and the design is all very important.
Okay, so taste, the brand awareness, design, and also packaging. Okay. Can you elaborate a bit more on the brand awareness concept? That is very interesting.
Brand awareness. So, for example, everybody, because Pernod Ricard also have Moon, so somehow, or maybe I think it got to be with the design. Compared to both, immediately you know Moon is lower grade kind of champagne. So without looking at it, without tasting it, that's how you feel. So the brand awareness is Moon was sponsoring F1, so it feels a more massive kind of market, where PJ is more exclusive, more refined. So I guess it depends on the event they throw and who they sponsor. Then it goes to that kind of direction.
Okay. So do you think that brand awareness, especially in Asia, is important?
Yeah, it's very, very important. Very important.
And then, so if you can compare, for example, the brand awareness of some because before you mentioned Dom Perignon, for example, the brand awareness of Dom Perignon with Perrier-Jouet, do you think there is a difference in the market?
I personally, I feel like they're very similar. But then only later when I start working in Shanghai, then I realized it's the way they translate the name. So, for example, Dom Perignon in China, they pronounce it King of Champagne, where Perrier-Jouet pronounced as Flower of Paris. So
Wow,
when you know how they translate, you'll be like, oh, of course, King of Champagne. This is the best. But I don't know if it's a good thing or not. So when I'm in Shanghai and then I saw Dom is so much more expensive than PJ, I would just buy PJ because I know it's so much better. Then I'll have like this little luck things. I know better champagne. So.
Okay. So, but who is giving this? So, who is the translating their original names? So, Chinese or the brands?
I don't know because I'm not very I can speak Chinese, but I'm not a native Chinese speaker. I
Okay.
learned when I'm there, and that's when I found out. Oh, okay, no wonder they keep drinking Dom or majority Dom in China because it's translated King of Champagne.
The King of Champagne. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know who did it, but actually, this is great marketing tool, I would have said.
Exactly, right?
Because the King of Champagne, so it means that they're buying the best of the best of
right.
the flower from Paris. Very interesting. So I didn't know that. I actually learned something new. And then linking brand awareness with gifting. So you said that especially for gifting, buying a product that is more recognizable is better, if I well understood.
Yeah, definitely better. So when is that when you give it away, if it's your big sister's birthday, when you take out the moon, then you feel like okay, it's a bit general kind of gift. But the moment you take out the PJ, it's like, oh wow, thank you, very nice.
Oh, I see. And there is something that I would like to know actually, because you look really, so you can become an ambassador for for Pernod Ricard for what I see. How you can improve the relationship with Pernod Ricard, actually working for Pernod Ricard, how you would improve the relationship with your customers, so working on as an ambassador, I would say.
Yesterday we were talking a little bit about because I'm creating retreat. So I was talking to Men and Mary about how can we make this retreat a bit different from what people are already used to. Because let's say for example whiskey tasting, right? People already done that. So plus when you're doing whiskey tasting, you wouldn't invite people who doesn't like whiskey or doesn't know anything about whiskey. So become, oh, okay, been there, try that. So what's new? And people are getting bored of it. And yesterday, one of the gift is I can't remember the name. The whiskey tasting the dish with the handle, and they engrave your name on it. So I have about 4 or 5 of that, but I never use it. I don't know how to use it, and why am I supposed to look at as a color and all this? So I thought we can bring a little bit of that old tradition back instead of just get them a glass, tell them to taste, and it tastes it tastes spicy, this, that. They already know that. It's been there. So something a little bit deeper and a bit more tradition, I think, to bring back that would be really fun.
So you're talking about the giveaway you get when you leave the event.
Yeah. So it's wonderful product, but we never use it. We don't know how to use it. So instead of just give at the end of the event, maybe give it at the event so they know this is how they use it, and then they really try it differently. I thought that would be really interesting.
Okay. And then, So it means that anytime you are attending an event, there is a giveaway.
In Asia, most of the time, there's always a giveaway.
Okay, interesting. And then, but the question is, based on what you are invited to these events? Because you mentioned that you are invited to several ones, but based on what?
I think because I order a lot from them.
Oh, good point. But, I assume that these events are not always the same. So actually, why they invite you? So how you are selected? Especially, I think that during this lockdown, the events are for smaller groups. Actually, why, based on what I'm inviting you to an event instead of another one? Because actually, there are some criteria, you think, or?
I think it's really about you're the big customer. So, for example, yesterday's event, everybody around us is the big customer. They order a lot from Pernod Ricard, right?
Okay.
And then maybe some of them is to introduce again into certain alcohol. So, because we order a lot of whiskey, and we hardly order any Royal Salute. So yesterday, it's a good reintroduction to Royal Salute. So I thought that was a good point.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just stuck with certain product, right?
Yeah. But so it seems that for what you're saying, there are different kind of levels. So the customers are segmented by purchasing behaviors.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. And then, is there anything? So you mentioned the giveaway or these kind of things. There is anything else that you would like to get from the brand that you are not getting yet? Any other improvement? Any other additional services, for example, that you see from other brands?
I saw this event once, but it's a long time ago, and then I think they canceled it now, is to have the vineyard tour. So for how they make whiskey, and then to be there in the country, the way the air smell, the way the water tastes, it's just different. So maybe when pandemic is over, they can bring back that vineyard tour or the whiskey factory tour. I think that would be very interesting.
Definitely, yeah. Especially because it's a special moment. You
Yeah,
really see the source of everything. So I see the point. Okay, and very, very interesting. There is anything else that you would like to add about the fabulous relationship they're able to build with you?
No, I think we're very happy with each other, and I'm very sad that Menon is going to retire soon, although I tried to tell him not to. And we'll see the new generation, and then I'm sure I'll continue to support them and support the new upcoming generation.
Okay, thank you so much. And it's all for me. It's all for the Pernod Ricard thing. I have a question about the boat show, because actually we're doing lots of research in yachting.
Right.
So being based in Monaco, as you can imagine,
yeah,
we have the privilege to know more. And then, are you coming to the Monaco Yacht Show from time to time?
Yeah, I was there
2019.
I think 4 to 5 times.
Okay.
It was back to back every year. So I will go to Cannes and then I'll come to Monaco. But no, this year cannot, last year cannot. So
no, of course. Are you planning to come next? Because actually they have apparently they have confirmed, but we don't know in which form yet.
Yeah, I would love to. I can't wait. I miss Europe.
Yeah, and then what kind of services you're offering to your customers? Yacht management.
It's very private, a little bit like concierge service. So because our clients, they are very, very private. So for example, if they are from Hong Kong or Taiwan, they need a private jet to come to Singapore, and then they arrive in Singapore, they want to have dinner at the Michelin stars or limousine services. So they just want us to plan the whole program for them. And that's what we will do. So we'll plan breakfast, lunch, dinner, what to do, where to go to, and all have butler to follow them. And yeah, so all the restaurant that people would take weeks to book, we will always get a table for them. So it's a very personal concierge service.
Yeah. I see. Very interesting. Really dealing with ultra high net worth individuals.
Correct.
Kind of customers. Okay, so Annie, so I use of my 30 minutes I planned with you. Thank you so much for your time, for your valuable insights. We will come back to you at the end, so it takes time because we're at the beginning. At the end of this research, sharing with you the results, at least an executive summary, to let you know what you as customers shared with us. If you will have any additional comment or whatever it is, so do not hesitate to stay in contact with us or even through Marie. So as you prefer. Okay.
I will. Thank you. Nice talking to you.
Thank you so much. Nice talking to you as well.
Have a good weekend.
Bye.
Bye.